जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण dear devotee. So today is Thursday. It is 10th of October and it is Ashwini Masa Padmanabha Masa Shukla Paksha Saptami Tithi. So there are no Vaishnavas today. And so tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is our Ekadashi, Passion Pusha Ekadashi. So it is just a heads up. And also, meanwhile, tomorrow it is Ashtami and also Navami. So it is the Durga Navami as well, something like that. Durgastami, sorry, Durgastami. So these are the upcoming events. Yes, so for today we shall move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj is speaking to Sukadeva Goswami, saying that the glories of Krishna Katha. So he mentioned that he wanted to hear Krishna Katha until he relinquishes his material body by keeping absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna. Kathayasva Mahabhaga Yataham Akilatmani Krishne Nivese Nissangam Manaschakshe Kalevaram. So likewise, he wanted to relinquish his material body. And then he also mentions after that, since he is a devotee since his childhood, and he knows the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is mentioning those Shrinutaha Sriddhaya Nityam Gunatasta Svachestitam Kalena Nadi Dirghena Bhagavan Vishte Hridi. If one hears about Krishna every day by his personal endeavor, in short duration of time, the Lord enters into his heart. And after that, Pravishtaha Kannarandrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dhunoti Chamalam Krishnaha Sarilasya Yatasharat. Once the Lord enters into the heart, so the nectar, the devotee who is receiving Krishna Katha through the ears, and then Lord enters into the heart, and then the Bhava Saroruham, Swanam Bhava, the devotees, they have established the relationship with the Supreme Lord, Swanam Bhava, Saroruham, and then in such a way, they keep the Lord in their lotus of their heart. So Swanam Bhava Saruruham, and then once the Lord sits there, what he does? Dhunoti Shamalam Krishnaha Sarilasya Yatasharat, and he will purify the entire heart from all the impurities. So there is complete clean. So he is the purified. He is now purified soul. So now today, Parikshit is saying that once the devotee is purified from all the sinful activities, from the impurities, then he will never ever leave the lotus feet of Krishna at any point of time in his life, in eternal life. It doesn't matter whether he has got a material body or not. So he will never ever leave the lotus feet of Krishna. Just like when a traveler is going through so many ups and hills and going to different places, he gets tired, and as soon as he comes home, and he feels that completely relaxed. That is the way of taking rest. And then he feels that, yes, I am home. Now all my pains are gone. In such a way, the devotee, as soon as he takes the lotus feet of Krishna, with a purified heart, he will never ever leave Krishna. So likewise, Parikshit is mentioning to Sukadeva Goswami. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 8 and verse number 6. This is also a rememberable verse, and a number of times why once we come to Krishna consciousness, there are so many interviews that have happened. Once you come to Krishna consciousness, why don't you leave? So this is the reason. And because devotees come here to cleanse their heart from all the sinful contamination they have acquired from Teneka Janma Shamalam Sahasaiva Hitva, so many lifetimes. That's why people come here with Parisham Shuddha Asayaha to cleanse themselves. So here, Parikshit is speaking to Sukadeva Goswami. दौतात्मा पुरुषः कृष्णपादमूलं न मुञ्चति मुक्तसर्वपरिक्लेशः पान्तः स्वशरणं यथा Dautatma. This is Dautatma, a purified soul, whose heart has been completely cleansed. Dautatma. Purushaha, and that living being. Krishna Padamulam Namunchati. Krishna Padamulam, the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Padamulam, the shelter of the lotus feet. Namunchati, he never gives up. Namunchati. Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati. Just like a Mukta Sarva Parikleshaha. Mukta Sarva Parikleshaha. He is liberated from Sarva Parikleshaha, all of miseries of life. He is liberated from all miseries of materialistic life. Mukta Sarva Parikleshaha Pantaha. He is just like the traveler. Swasaranam Yata. Swasaranam is his personal abode, his own abode, his home. After day and night, he goes outside and work hard and then come home and then he spend time with his family and then sleep. This is Swasaranam Yata, just like that, as it were. Likewise, Parikshit is saying, Mukta Saru Parikleshaha Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati Mukta Saru Parikleshaha Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. Translation for this verse. A pure devotee of the Lord, once whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquishes the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him, as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any voluntary devotees to read this purport, please? Hangma Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sure. The first paragraph?
The full Mataji, small one only.
First only, yeah?
The two paragraphs, so I can read all two.
Okay. One who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in their heart. But a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord. In discharging such devotional service as ordered by Brahmaji to Narad in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various so-called difficulties. This was exhibited by Lord Nityananda when he delivered the two fallen souls, Jagati and Madhai, and similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non believers. But such difficulties are very gladly suffered by the devotees in preaching because, in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. Prahlad Maharaj suffered gently, but still he never forgot the lotus feet of the Lord. This is because a pure devotee of the Lord is so purified in his heart that he cannot leave the shelter of Lord Krishna in any circumstances. There is no self interest in such service. The progress of culturing knowledge by the Gyanis or the bodily gymnastics by the yogis are ultimately given up by the respective performers. But a devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord, for he is ordered by his spiritual master. Pure devotees like Narad and Nityananda Prabhu take up the order of the spiritual master as the sustenance of life. They do not mind what becomes of the future of their lives. They take the matter very seriously as the order comes from the higher authority, from the representative of the Lord, or from the Lord Himself. The example set herein is very appropriate. A traveler leaves home to search for wealth in a far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes on the ocean and sometimes on hilltops. Certainly there are many troubles for traveler when he is in such unknown places, but all such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered, and as soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. A pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with Lord, and therefore he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is explaining about the a devotee who is purified and who is not purified. And who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart. So this is Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that one he is completely purified of all the sinful activities. Until that point, he never comes to Krishna consciousness. That we also see that one from the Bhagavad Gita perspective. येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां तेषां द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता bhajante मां दृढव्रताः. So once they cleared off all the sinful activities, then only they will come to Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it is never possible. We see so many people, they go to this temple, that deity, and other deity, other demigod, something like that. They're wandering so many temples and vratas. But who is coming to Krishna consciousness? This is ultimate shelter. He never, everything else is a lower than this. So here, but a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord. In discharging such devotional service, as ordered by the Brahmaji to Narada in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam. So sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various so-called difficulties. So here when Brahma, he said, Tvam etad vipuli kuru. So Narada Muni, my child, so I have explained Sangrahoyam vibhutinam. Tvam etad vipuli kuru. This is Bhagavatoditam. I spoke this Bhagavatam to you. You expand this Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he is meeting so many people. For example, he meets the Daksha Prajapati. He was begetting so many children, so he wanted to go and preach them. And then even he got some curses from him as well. So, but still, he never stopped preaching Srimad Bhagavatam. And here also we see Nityananda Prabhu when he was preaching, Jagaya and Madaya also, they have hurt Nityananda Prabhu. But still, Nityananda Prabhu take any offenses from them. But instead, Nityananda Prabhu asked them to say Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. And then later on, that we also see that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a Krishna, he will never tolerate if his devotees are disturbed by anyone, demonic people. But demonic people also will be rescued by the pure devotees of the Lord. And but such difficulties are very greatly suffered by the devotees in preaching, because in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. This is also we see that Haridas Thakur, even though he was beaten by the Muslim ruler in some number of places, around 20 something plus marketplaces, he was beaten by um, these attendants, but still he did not feel those pains because it is a transcendental. And even they have thrown his body into the water as well at the end. So that devotees, they will never ever give up Krishna consciousness. And also Prahlad Maharaj suffered greatly, but still he never forgets the lotus feet of the Lord. This is because a pure devotee of the Lord is so purified in his heart that he cannot leave the shelter of Lord Krishna in any circumstances. So there is no self-interest in such service. So that's why if we once we are tato dusangam usubhya sattu sached buddhiman. This is santa eva syendanti manovyasanga muktibihi. Another place it is also mentions dusang सत्संगान मुक्त दुस्संगान हातुम नोत्स हते बुधः कीर्त्यमानं यशो यस्य सकृद आकर्ण्य रोचनम सकृद आकर्ण्य रोचनम. Once he hears Krishna Katha and get the taste of it, कीर्त कीर्त्यमानं यशो यस्य सकृद आकर्ण्य रोचनम. Then what happens? Just like Rishi Pandavas, they have got the association of Krishna. Tasmin yastadiyaha paddaha saheran viraham katam. How can anyone get separation from the Lord? Saheran, how can they tolerate that separation? Saheran viraham katam. Darshana sparsha samlapa sayanasana bhojanaihi. Because when they are darshana, samlapa, sayana, asana, bhojanaihi, in all these kind of things, while eating, sleeping, and lying, and sitting together and speaking to the Lord in the temple or in the devotees, and those are very pleasing. They will never ever give up such kind of association and the lotus feet of the Lord. So, just like a Pandavas, it is not possible for a pure devotee who is always engaged himself and purified. He will never ever give up Krishna's lotus feet. It's because there is no self-interest. It is everything is to please the Lord. The progress of culturing knowledge by the jnanis or the bodily gymnastic by the yogis are ultimately given up by the respective performers, but the devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord, for he is ordered by the spiritual master. So here, if we see so many, there are processes, gymnastics and walking, that thing and this thing. So they can be executed as long as the body is cooperated, and they can be given up easily because it is just an optional thing. And when we are about to leave the body at the time, what can we do? The devotional service can be carried out throughout while we are living in the wake up position, sleeping in the swapna, and the shushuptishu in the deep slumber as well. That is the during the annihilation time of this universe. In all Jagriti, Swapna, Nishuptishu, in all circumstances, one can carry out this devotional service through the mind as well. Okay, so here, and because he also received this order by his spiritual master, an instruction comes from the spiritual master, it should not be given up. Just like even the 70 years of old person, on the instruction of his spiritual master, he remembers and he carries out that instruction. So that we see here. And pure devotees like Narada and Nityananda Prabhu take the order of spiritual master as the sustenance of life. They do not mind what becomes of the pure future of their lives. Because this is kim pramattaihi bahuvihi parokshaihi hainaihi ham. What is the use of living so many years, just prolonging the life, just eating, sleeping, and going work and accumulating money, sense gratification? What do you achieve at the end? So here, devotees, they know that. So it is once we please Krishna, they experience that transcendental pleasure. They will never ever give up. They do not care about what becomes future of their lives. They take the matter very seriously as the order comes from the higher authority, from the representative of the Lord or from the Lord himself. And here Parikshit is giving this example. Mukta sarupare kleshaha pantaha swasiranam yada. So when a traveler is going to search for the wealth in a distant places like forest, or sometimes we also see some of the Vikings in the thieves in the oceans, thieves in the forests. There are so many people when we are searching for the wealth. One has to carry pass through so many troubles. Sometimes ocean, sometimes hilltop. Certainly there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such a unknown places. All such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of family affection is remembered. Once we know that I take this money so that my family can survive for so many years, then immediately he does not get that kind of pain. As soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. So likewise, a pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with the Lord, and therefore he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord. So he does everything for the pleasure of the Lord and his devotees. Okay, so this is his devotees' unflinching faith all the time in the instruction of spiritual master and Krishna. Guru Krishna Kripaya Paya Bhakti Lata Bheja. ब्रह्मांडे भ्रमणे को न भाग्यवान जीवा Guru Krishna Kripaya Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. Whoever got the mercy of Guru and Krishna, he receives that Bhakti Lata Bij, and he is the Bhagyavan. He is the most fortunate person. So likewise, Parikshit is describing Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati Mukta Saruparikleshaha Pantaha Swasranam Yata. So this is the way of Bhagavatam. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, he will be purified in due course of time, completely free from all kinds of doubts. Na atidirghena, na atidirghena. In short duration time itself, he will be pure. He will come to that understanding. Okay, so that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati Mukta Sarup Parikleshaha Pantaha Swasiranamyata. This is the rememberable verse, dear devotees. When you get a chance, you can just do the dharana. I'm practicing at in your own time. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Sudama, April 21st, 1970, Los Angeles. It's not big letter, small letter only. Can I request Usha Mataji? Want to read Mataji, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. My dear Siddhama, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your nice letter dated 15th April 1970 and noted the contents with great satisfaction. Today I have received the copy of BTG sent by you. Thank you very much. I have also seen the pictures and I can guess from these pictures that your activities are going very nicely. You have done good by sending duplicate copies of Brahmananda for publishing in BTG. So from your account and pictures also, the program of the 29th appears to have been very nicely executed. I am so very glad to learn that you have some boys coming regularly and two of them are now living with you. Get some Japanese disciples and then you will feel stronger in preaching work. Regarding your temple house, gradually as you are presenting doing, the Japanese center will be another Dwarika undoubtedly. You should keep your aim for publishing Japanese BTG. That is the immediate need of your studying Japanese language, and that is immediate task. If the Japanese boy can translate it and you can see the final reading, that will be nice. I am always glad to know that you are faithful in the matter of discharging the prescribed duties of a devotional service, like regularly chanting your prescribed rounds. This simple program will keep days. Attend our classes and routine work. Regular chanting is your foothold in Krishna consciousness. Regarding your government grant of missionary visas,
It is very good news. Also, the leaders in LA have already purchased their own temple at the above address. Please offer my blessings to your good wife, Chintamani, Bhurijana, and all the other girls and boys there. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, to share?
So this one is Prabhupada is saying that Japan is about. The first he said in BTG the pictures is seen and the pictures his activities are going very nicely and it's a Japanese language. If you translate and then you can just read the final reading. So then in language is Japanese. Then Krishna consciousness goes very well. And about the thing is chanting, you prescribe duties and do the devotional service nicely. So yes, that's a takeaway point. So if you prescribe rounds, then you just do this regular chanting in Krishna consciousness. Yes. And he's very happy to get the missionary visas about the government grant. So yes, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is Swami Srila Prabhupada's letter. So appreciating one picture speaks so many words. So here Prabhupada can understand all the activities are going on in Japan. Sudama Prabhu and Chintamani, they are doing the preaching work there. And Prabhupada was asking, so the pictures, they will be very nice to publish in the Back to Godhead. So what Brahmananda was doing, you have done a good job by sending duplicate copies to Brahmananda. Okay, that is very nice. And also when we are preaching, so it is good to understand and mingle with the devotees of the local community. So learning the Japanese language, and also that we can understand and speak to them. Of course, it is a natural. That is the ultimate need of your studying Japanese language. So, and that is immediate task if Japanese boy can translate and you can see the final reading. That will be nice, very nice. Okay, so that is how Prabhupada is explaining here. So to develop the Krishna conscious centers, these are the oases in the deserts. In this material world, everyone are working very hard. They are not trying to, so as Parikshit Maharaj was saying, Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Pada Moolam na Munchati. That is the uh, purpose of Krishna conscious centers, to cleanse the heart. Okay, that is my takeaway. So, but for that, regular chanting is your foothold in Krishna consciousness. What is the purity is the force, and books are the basis. Preaching is the essence, and these are the principles of Krishna consciousness movement. Purity. For the purification purpose, one has to follow the four regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds gradually. Once he comes to that point, once he is maintaining, that is the ultimate status. And then everything he can do it will be effective at that point of time. Just like Brahma mentions that I keep only Lord in the heart. So whatever I speak and whatever I do, it will never ever fall down. My mind, it will never deteriorate. Because na bharati mengam rupalakshite navai kwachin me manso mushagatihi name fushikani patinchi satpate yenme hruda outkanta dutavatihi. So I keep the Lord in my throat. Whatever I speak, it comes perfectly. Whatever I do, it comes perfectly. Likewise, Brahma says. So this is regular chanting is your foothold in Krishna consciousness. This is the purity is the force. Okay, so that is my takeaway. Thank you, Mataji. And from the announcements point of view, today is Thursday evening. We have got Krishna book reading with Sham Gudwada Prabhuji and Ramnath Sukh Prabhuji at 8 p.m. And coming Saturday, we have got Chaitanya Charitamrita continuation. Okay, so these are the updates from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Namaha.
अनन्तकोटि
Koti
Vaishnavindra
Vaishnavendra ki jai.
Srila
Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
ki
ki jai.
Jai. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol.
everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य प्रभु
Chaitanya Prabhu
नित्यानंद
Nityananda
श्री
Shivaita Ganadha
अद्वैत
Sivasadiya Bhaktivinoda.
जय श्री
Jai Shri
कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य प्रभु
Chaitanya Prabhu
नित्यानंद श्री
Nityananda